Hello guys, welcome to the show. It's another episode of the Red Flag, and today we're going to be finishing up the ZF8HP BMW gearbox conversion that we started on this M111 swapped car. It should be fun. We are also this close to getting the engine running and controlling the gearbox as well. Today, on this episode, we need to mount the drive shaft, do a cooler kit on the gearbox itself, because it's automatic, of course. Do a gearbox service. We have a ZF kit with all the oils and filters and the pan and all that stuff. And we also have a rear housing, which is a little bit bigger for the turbo, but we might get into that a little bit later. For now, we just want to get it up and running and driving under its own power because it's been some time since this car's moved. So let's have a look where we left last time, and we can continue from here. So the red flag in all of its glory is back here. Before we kind of left it sitting for a little bit on the back burner, we did obviously put in the ZF. I've made a quick mount myself because the one that was supplied didn't really work, so I need to put a ground on here so we can probably hear the engine running again, because I think that's only one thing that is stopping the engine from actually running. Now the gearbox doesn't have any oil in it because there is no oil lines hooked up to this little guy over here. Now I think this is AN8, but on the website it says AN10, and we have got AN10 cooler and all that stuff. This needs to go to the ECU. I don't know why it's dangling all the way here. So we need to put a ground. We need to check that this is actually what the website said that it's going to be. We need to put the prop shaft in place. Now I have cut and removed the hanger because I want to move it a little bit closer. But to do all that, I need to take the gearbox, the exhaust out again. Sorry. Now the gearbox flash is done over the phone with a special tool that you have to either rent out from Max ECU dealer or you have to buy it. We bought ours because we have a lot of ZF swaps coming in. First of all, my dad's coupe that is going to be 300 CE with the ZF in it and a small turbo. We have a 124, which is 4-door, I believe, that has already a 3.6 AMG swap in it. We just need to make it run and obviously have the ZF box in it. So we are going to make use of the tool, so we just went ahead and bought it. So we have it. But let me get the exhaust down. I'm already dirty, I haven't even touched anything. It's quite high up in there. Yep, there we go. Now, maybe if I take this one out of here. Yep. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's heavy. Oh, there we go. It's out of the car. Whew. Sweet. Right, now, in theory, if I had that removed, this would have just slipped on, which is perfect. And I got the marks in place. Oh, baby. Right. Now, get. Oh. Whew. Alright, so I need to get this little bushing out of here because I've got a new one to replace this one. That's in place there, but to get that set up, I need to clean all that here and make space for the new one to be welded in. And I need to remove this so I can kind of position everything at the same time. Yes, let's go. Oh, it's out. Alright, well, 28 by 16. Let me make something quick on CAD over here and set it off to the printer so we can start printing it. We'll see in a bit. Right, so this is our bushing that I just sketched up. So it's 35, I believe it was. Yeah, so it's 35 outside, 28 on the outside of the bore. So this lip over here I've made so the bushing cannot fall inside the prop shaft itself, and it's 15.8 on the inside, so it's a very nice and snug fit both sides. And if we have a snug fit over here, we're gonna have a snug fit out there because it's a bushing. At the end of the day, it will expand once it's being pressed in. And it's over here. We can open this in Bamboo Studio, sorry. And we're just gonna click print, and while me and Dad we have our lunch, he's inspecting my work that I haven't even done yet. While we're having our lunch, we are gonna have this little guy get printed out from Bamboo Labs TPU 95A. There we go. Nozzle size, we have a 8mm, and we're gonna do a fine print. Strength wise, we're gonna be 99% walls because yes, we need it strong. Right, this is gonna be ready in 1 hour and 1 minute, which is good enough for us. It'll give me time. Oh, sorry, 1 second. I need to tell the printer. The printer is over here, by the way. I need to tell the printer that it's TPU Bamboo Lab, and we have 95A. There we go. There we go. Sweet. I'm not supposed to be printing on that plate over there, but it will be fine. We'll cut it out of the plate. There you go. Send that away. And yeah, whilst this is printing over there, we're gonna have that bushing for in here printed out. Now, originally, this is plastic on the inside, and it's soft, like a rubbery substance on the outside, which yeah, I think our TPU bushing will be more than fine. If it's not, we're gonna get a BMW one and try and bore it out, because I think the output shaft on that diff, by the way, this is still the small diff, so that's a lot of work for a small diff, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna strengthen this piece over here as well. I'm gonna remove all these points that is being welded to previously, and I'm gonna build a bigger plate. I'm still gonna use this, but the side points of it where it needs to be welded, I'm gonna strengthen it and make it a little bit nicer and stronger. Yeah, we shall continue. For now, wait till this guy over here, that loves throwing bags around it. Wait for this guy here to get it printed out. Alright, so fresh off the printer, this is the little adapter unit that we made, and it's supposed to be fitting right in there. Right now, whoops. Yeah, okay. Well, it's a snuggish fit. Whoop. Let me pop it out of here. There we go. Right, it's somewhat snug in there, but the main part is it's snug. Oh yeah, it's nice and snug in here, which means while this is still warm, I'm gonna clean this and I'm gonna glue that in there. In the car, the rear section is bolted up, the safety loop is bolted up, the central bearing that's done, and the front prop donut has been bolted as well as the front safety loop as well, chassis brace slash, I'm not really sure. Right, you're gonna be probably looking at this and wondering what is George on about with that wooden plank that he's put in between the chassis brace and the prop shaft. Well, guys, right, I've cut the floors on this car, right, over here in the soft area, and that's where I used it to make a gearbox mount. Now, this gearbox mount later will be the beginning of under tray to protect the sump, because obviously ZF has a plastic sump, which is, by last times I checked, it's very easy to break compared to metal one. So George has lifted the whole gearbox up to where it needs to sit, and now I'm gonna lower the whole car down with that wooden plank still in there. So what I can do is I'm gonna grind down and weld the floors back in place, because if I don't do that, this section of the floor flexes. It's only 1.5 millimeter floor and it moves a lot, as you can see. Right, on this side, because it's further into the grooves and there's a lot of like angles and stuff, it doesn't move as much, but on this side it moves a lot, as you can, well, even on the other side. So George is going to strengthen up the floors, weld them up completely, and then we're going to put the exhaust on, maybe, I'm not really sure yet, because I need to change the housing on the turbo with a bigger one. With Contact Pulsar, and they've sent us a bigger 0.8 AR housing, which I cannot show you because it's all wrapped up. Thanks for that, Pulsar, we really appreciate packaging. But yeah, I'm gonna lower the car down and I'm gonna start welding the floors back in place so we can seam seal them, and wait till tomorrow so everything is dry, because this is somewhat dry, it's not completely dry. Also, I didn't cut anything at the end, I just left it for max shaft engagement, and I think that's gonna be the better solution. So I'm gonna drop the car down on the floor, roll it back a little bit, and start welding the floors in, so we can give a little bit more strength to the mount. And then I'm gonna order some alley, and I'm gonna drill some holes in here and build a skid plate for the transmission, because it's a good thing. Alright, so I've mounted the cooler itself, I've run the lines A and 10. I'm gonna print some tidy ups over here to basically grab the two lines and hold them together, so it's a little bit neater, nicer going down into the engine bay. I have emailed Max ECU, because you have to email them every single time you want to do a ZF swap and you need the files. You have to open up the files that are already on the TCU, and email them over, and you wait for them to send you the files that you need to flash into the ECU. So we're waiting for this. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna quickly service the gearbox, put a new filter and oil into it, and then we're gonna attempt to start the car once we get the files in. But for now, we're going home. There's that with the green machine as well. So see you guys tomorrow. Right, it's the next day, and I've got the files from Max ECU, so we can flash the gearbox, and then we have to do some inputs in the actual ECU, connect the gearbox, and we should be ready to see if the gearbox works and it drives our car forwards and backwards. But first, the garage is absolute mess. If you have a look behind me, there's a plasma, there's a TIG welder over there, there's an exhaust for the red flag and whatnot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly lift up the red flag, put the exhaust back on it, like somewhat, because we're gonna be changing the rear housing of the turbo anyway. So I'm just gonna put it so it's up there and it's hanging from the air on the car itself, and it kind of clears up a little bit more space. Right, it's a bit noisy on the background because the fan is running down there, but exhaust is on. I've cleaned up the garage. My neighbor's car is in here, and let's have a look at this. Now, exhaust is back in place, and that's why I did the mount like that. A lot of people were questioning, especially the owner, why is it not the same on both sides? And this is the reason, because obviously the exhaust needs to pass through here. Now, from here forwards, I'm gonna make a skid plate. It's gonna mount here, here, over here, over here, over here. There was another one, I believe, on this. Oh yeah, right at the front there needs to be 2 brackets. So, oh, over here as well. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make a skid plate that will cover this oil pan, the plastic one, and the engine one. So what I suggest now is let's take this off. By the way, this was a squeeze and a half trying to fit that in there. So the sewer spilling as well. I'm gonna take the oil pan off and put the new one in there. We have original ZF1 with ZF8 fluid. And I'm gonna take that pan down and put the fresh one in place, fill the transmission up, and I believe it's from here. I'm gonna go through the instructions. They supply all the instructions down there, so that's sweet. And yes, we shall continue. I have the new file, so we can use the tool over here to flash it. That is the tool that you need to buy, and this is it. ACDP2 module, and it covers the BMW gearboxes. It covers a lot of stuff, but we're interested only in the ZF boxes anyway. It came with a Chinese adapter because it came from China, I believe. Um, and George had to do a quick adapter on this. Very health and safety. I'm gonna wrap these up a little bit, and let's try and flash it. It's all done through your phone or through your PC if you have, or if you want to do it through the PC. It's very simple. It's nothing too bad. So let's go through the procedure together. I'm gonna shut the fan off so you can hear me better. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces to the kit. You have a little gearbox adapter that plugs in there. Then you have the fast Ethernet cable. Then you have the adapter that plugs into the little machine itself. You have obviously the adapter for the wall, and you have a cable, data cable that connects to your phone. So let's power it up and I'll show you what we need to do on the phone. Right, so it's plugged in both sides, and there's an app called Mini ACDP. We open this. It's gonna come with some promotional stuff, blah blah blah. You go to BMW, EGS, and we look for 8HP clone which supports all chassis. Now this opens up. This is where we do all the work. We click identify, okay. Continue. You can hear the gearbox powering on, and this is what you have inside your gearbox. So your boot version, your VIN from where the gearbox came, and Bosch part number. Now this is the most important part that you're looking for, the Bosch part number, because you have to go on the MaxECU website and check that they support this Bosch part number. Now if they don't, you can send them a message and the binary code, and maybe they can make it work for you. But most Gen 1s will work as long as it's from BMW. Okay, you can screenshot that so you can find where this is. But this is done. Let's read the internal flash. All right, same thing here. We have everything that we need. We screenshot this and we send it to MaxECU themselves. And if it's something that they don't support, we have to save the next step. I can make sure it reads, and we're pretty much set up. It takes a bit of time, but just the way it is. Okay, we decide where to save it. Now you can see I already have the new flash files, but we're going to use this in a little bit. We're just going to click save, and that's it. Just so we have it backed up. This is everything that the car came with. Now we've read the internal flash. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to read the maps, and it's pretty much the same thing. It's going to connect to the box, it's going to read all the maps, and then we're going to save it so we have it as a backup. Now on this gearbox we don't have to upload the maps. We need to only do the internal flash and the EEPROM. The maps, I think they stay the same, but just in case I'm gonna pretty much save them all so we can have a backup. I've already saved them, but just to show you how you need to proceed. Yep, you click save, close the file. It will show you the file directory where it's saved. If you want, you can screenshot that, but once you screenshot the first thing, you're gonna find it anyway. We're gonna do the same with the EEPROM. Continue. Yep, we'll save that as well. Cool. There we go. That's saved, and now it's time to flash it. So we go and we click right internal flash. Okay, pretty much everything is the same up to this point. It will connect to it, and then instead of asking us what to save, it's gonna ask us what to use. Please select internal flash data, and once we downloaded it, it's over here. Max ECU Dodge 8HP P45 7090 Gen 1 internal flash 004. It's gonna download the file onto the box, and then it's gonna flash it, I believe. I'm doing this for the first time, so you're seeing what I'm seeing for the first time. So. Ready to write chip data. Please don't cut the power. No, pull out the device during the programming. Okay, continue. Like, obviously make sure that everything is tight. You have plenty of battery power for your phone or device that you're using to flash it. We don't want to break this. And just be patient. Make sure you're not touching anything. You're not switching through apps and stuff like that while it's doing this. Just stay on the app and just patiently wait it out. And that's a guy that is very impatient that is telling this to you, so you know. Yeah. It's been 7 minutes now, so it's not too bad. It's like 10-15 minutes max. Doesn't take much time. %. Come on. Losing patience now. I want to drive it today. The goal is I want to drive this thing off the lift today. So let's see if it happens. Yeah, writing chip data finished. Good. It's gonna make a save of that. Now we don't need to write maps. We just need to write EEPROM. It's gonna be the same thing. Yep, connect to the box. Look how stained my floor is. That red car ruined it. Not this one, another one. Alright, EEPROM is down here, same thing. Yep, okay. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Wanna drive this car today. That's it. We're done. Boom. This is it. It's all done. Now we can exit. We can pull this out. And we can power off the machine. Well, alright. A couple of updates from the red flag today. It's Monday. I've taken the weekend off because I had some issues. And all of the issues were boiled down by buying the wrong shifter. So, I mean, oh my god, such a child. Anyway, I mean, listen to this now. Right, we start, and we have a shifter. And if I hold the brake button, which is, I put it on the dash basically right now, and I do this, I let that shifter do its thing over here. Just sit there, look pretty. Look at this. All right. And downshift. Yep. So we basically have an 8-speed working. I need to, let me shut it off, put it in park. Right. Basically, now what we need to do is, I'm gonna go and grab some more fluid because the 7 liters that we had, they're already gone. They're all in the box. So I'll need to grab, I'll grab another 5 liters just in case. And we're gonna have more, like all the cars anyway here, doing the same gearbox swap. Oil cooler is starting to slightly get warmer. Our engine is already at operating temperature. But I'm gonna go and grab some fluids, and I'm gonna basically go through the whole fuel procedure, because you need to fill it up till it drains out, like till it starts coming out from the drain plug. Then you need to cycle all the gears that the box lets you select anyway. You have to basically drive it on the ramp, and then we need to open the drain plug again and add more fluid, or let some fluid leak out, depending of, you know, how much fluid is in there basically. But this is huge success. The first M111 ZF swap in UK, I believe, is done right here in Driftin Rust. So I'm pumped. I'm super happy. Next thing will be Matthew's car, which I'm actually very far ahead. Well, I'm not ahead of schedule, I'm behind schedule, but I'm very far ahead into the build. Now the engine is ready to get auxiliaries bolted to it. It's right over there. Sorry, camera is not working today properly. The wiring loom is done. It just needs, obviously, connectors and a fuse box. The usual breakaway from building a loom. These are super nice. I like the texture on them. But yeah, the wiring loom is 90% done for Matthew's car. The engine is ready to receive some turbo goodies and stuff like that. So Matthew's car is going to be the next project that we're going to be looking at once it comes, once basically this is off to Matt to finish the tuning. But yes, next one on the list is that one over there. My neighbor's car, he's doing the work himself. But yeah, I'm gonna go and grab some more fluids for the red flag, and we're gonna be back on it once I top it up. We have actually overfilled it. Alright, I think that's good. Alright, next day. Car's running better now. I've figured out the settings inside the M Studio, so I'm gonna attach a screenshot of that after Matt goes over them and confirms that everything is okay. Now, the majority of the interior is back together. George finally had some time yesterday on his own and finished up the interior. There's still the radio section that needs to come back on. The shifter is solidly mounted. It's not, we don't have to hold it anymore, which is good. Basically, I just drilled 3 holes. I plated the top where the hole was for the previous shifter. I drilled 3 holes and just used the stock shifter mount. It's pretty sturdy and that will fit quite nicely. We'll just need to print in a filler panel, or because this is all simple, I might just design and print a whole piece, which then can just integrate the buttons that we have currently. And we might add some more buttons to this. We'll see how that goes. But this area I haven't assembled yet because I need to fit a new radio to the car and a new bigger tablet, because apparently bigger is better. I don't know in what sense, and if all senses, but better, bigger, better. That's what he said. So in that sort of a wave that we are into, bigger is better. So George needs to remove the rear housing on the turbo, and we're going to 0.82 AR on the rear end. So that will give us a little bit later spool, because in the videos, even in the videos, you can hear the turbo constantly spooling up, and that's not good for fuel economy. It's not good for the engine. It's not good for the turbo. It's not gonna make more power. We made 390 horsepower, and that was pretty much squeezing everything out of this. So the plan will be, if I find the hardware for that new housing, the plan will be to just swap out the rear housings, put everything back together. I'm gonna lift the car, underseal the bottom where I have done some welding and stuff, and we should be ready to go. I just need to put basically everything back together, really, so it's a normal car again. Excited. I managed to put the pedal yesterday. Now the pedal is three-phase, and I had to do some modifications to it, but now we have one pedal. I think he's gonna get a cover to match the throttle pedal, and that switch needs to be connected to the switch for the pedal, and we should be good to go. We can assemble the kick panel again. I'm gonna print a plug for over there, because he said that button over there is not in the most convenient spot, and he said he wants to move it, so we might put it on the shifter, but we'll see. I have plenty of time for that. Now let me pick up these tools as well. Now turbo, let's do that. I need to extend the wires from the loom that came with the box from Max ECU, so that's 5 wires though. It's nothing too bad. All right, I'll speak to you in a bit because Dad is calling again. The turbo housing has been swapped over, as you've seen from the time lapse. Oh, that's warm. The car is 99% ready. The only thing left to do now is put the central console up, but the shifter is done, the cable for the shifter is done. So let's go on a test drive. It's so tight. Already in third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth gear. Oh my god, this is amazing. Dude! The car's not been to the dyno yet. Very rich. And the gearbox helped you stop. Wow. The braking power is even better now. But it shifts so rough. Oh my god, this is mad. This feels unreal. Obviously it needs tuning a lot, but damn. Alright, after a whole day of work, it's 6 o'clock already and it's time to go home. And today we're taking the red flag. Yesterday, after the last video that you saw with the test drive, we took it home, we did some more auto tune or adaptation as Max ECU calls it. It's a little bit better, but we still need to play more on the fuel map. So I've got the laptop over here and I'm gonna start circling around Iver until I can get more data, more stuff from the data log itself, so we can kind of make a fuel map and have it nice through the whole. Whew. Sounds good, this car. Cold starts a little bit, you know, they need a bit more work, but it's not bad at all. Also, for some reason I have one of the cables for the brake fluid yelling at me that there's no brake fluid for some reason. I'm not really sure why. When the brake reservoir is full, but it's fine. Alright, let's open M-Tune or whatever it's called. Okay, we're back. Had a bit of a drama with the shutters, but you know, I guess it's fine. Bumpy. the shifts a little bit smoother, I think it will drive amazing. It might be spinning the wheels a little bit in these conditions. Sweet. I think that fuel change definitely helped. But we are already in 8th of gear. So good. So good. And it's dropping gears. Like you can't even feel when it's dropping the gears. But I'm telling you, when it's upshifting, you can definitely feel that. Let's see what Dad is doing. He didn't answer my phone at bring Johnny's car, so. There we are, old shop, an old trusty. Alright, let's save this. This was good. Alright. Me and Dad are gonna go back to the other unit, drop Johnny's car. Basically, my dad's best friend, Johnny, because Dad's been in contact more times with Johnny. He's seen him more times than I have seen Johnny. And we're friends, but they're special type of friends, you know. They all talk smack about me and how I'm slacking all day. You know, that type of friends. So much, it's unbelievable. But like stopping and turning. It's mad. It is mad. Absolutely bonkers. Oh mate, that is fun. I'm having fun. Whew. Dad's in the house as well. Tuning. Alright, let's see. You're watching this, alright? When When I boot it, if that goes under, well, over 13, tell me to stop. 12. If it goes over 12. Good? He's lost for words. Yep.
Para que eles tenham ali, tá completamente.
I don't know, just film whatever you want. Really. You're the cameraman now. Here she moves. Oh boy, is it hungry when it when you give it some. We're already quarter of a tank from a full tank yesterday. Well, from half a tank yesterday. Sorry, half a tank yesterday. We're at a quarter tank right now. So she's a bit hungry.
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, just get a subscription with Shell and one of them tankers to follow you. You'll be fine. Come on, Ali. No, that's the suspension is rough on this. Yeah, come on. When you drive it normally, it drives fine. It drives like a stock car. What more would you want? You give it some, it gets you some. Drive it normal, it drives normal. We're already in 8th gear. Well, no, 7, sorry. 7 gear. So it's pretty good. All the fun. All right, well, it drove us home for another day, and every day we drive it, it gets better and better. So I think this is it gonna be on this video. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned because very soon we're gonna be tuning that car and we're gonna see what it makes and how it drives after the tune. So see you in a bit.